Take 3. Alright. My neck still fucking hurt. But yeah. The Lob. Welcome to the Lob. Sports and Entertainment Podcast. We talking about basketball. We talking about wrestling.
What?
We talking about football.
What?
We talking about the rap game. Shade Room.
What?
Shit on TikTok.
What?
We might get into some conspiracies.
I like that.
We might.
I like that.
We ain't doing no politics.
No politics.
We ain't talking about what your girl should be doing and how much money your nigga should be making.
Or if y'all splitting the rent 50-50.
We ain't talking about none of that. Sports and entertainment. Yeah. Your boy Hug.
Trues, aka the GOAT.
We in the building.
That bass hit. Look, I might fuck around.
But what's up, bro? What we doing? How we doing? How we feeling?
We feeling good.
Feeling good. Feeling great.
Just watched the Clippers at the end of
the Clippers and Mavericks.
Crazy finish.
Crazy game.
I'm not a James Harden fan, but
he stepped up. He came through. In the clutch. Boy had 0 points in the third quarter, had 15 in the fourth.
Yeah, that's amazing. But that Paul George, 7 for 10.
7 for 10 for 3.
But that seventh one.
The seventh one that's the shot of the game.
We was trying to figure out how
he was trying to do that, bitch. We stepped back in feet.
I'm like, damn.
Side step. We doing all that, trying to figure out
how he did that.
What bro doing?
Yeah, that shit was fire though.
That shit was gas. Nah, that's the shot of the game. If y'all watch them clips, y'all gonna see it. That's the shot of the game. That shot is the reason the Clippers tied the series up.
Yeah, facts. Kyrie played tremendous though.
Kyrie was hooping.
Kobe layups, close to the
Kobe
best.
layups, Kobe shots, tough shot. He might be the toughest shot maker
in history,
in the world. Period. Of all time, layups, jump shot, all things considered.
I agree with that.
That's crazy.
I agree with that. When you said that, I was like, yeah. And everybody always talk about his handles, which is great. But if you can't finish, I mean, then you just
don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
You do all the dribbling, the cooking. You do all that. You get to the spot and you miss that motherfucker. That's tough.
Yeah, man.
But he gonna make way more than he missed for sure.
Tough player.
But shit, hey, let's go ahead and get into the state of the game. State of the game. Basketball. Where is basketball right now?
Well, one thing that just came to my head that I'm excited about is the WNBA. I'm super excited because I feel like this has been the turning wheel. You know, I don't like the narrative that they don't make money or anything like that because you got to build the sport up. I'm a real believer in that. And we're watching the beginning stages. So even when they came out with the contract situations, and I was like, yo, these girls about to get endorsements. You know what I mean? So pile that on, get bigger. So then the next girls coming in out of the draft, they going to be making millions of dollars. If Caitlin Clark hit 33.8K, if she hit that, then that means in like 5, 6, 7 more years, the girls coming out of that probably going to be at $1 million off rip. Plus endorsements. So it's like, and now times people might be upset, but then they got to look at the trajectory, and the trajectory is high. So I'm excited about the WNBA for sure.
Do you feel like she'll have that effect? Like, I feel like men's basketball changed when they seen somebody like, not even just Jordan, but like Jordan seen Dr. J. Yeah. And that made him want to work just as much as hard. You know what I'm saying? Certain people seen Magic and Larry, and then certain people seen Jordan in them. Then certain people seen Vince Carter in them, and Shaq in them, and AI and Kobe, and it kind of make them want to work a certain way to now where the NBA, every player is a certain caliber player skill-wise. Do you think Caitlin Clark had that effect on the younger girls to make them kind of, I guess, want to go a little bit harder, get better, and be better because they know this is actually turning into something that could change my life forever. Even though it already does, but I'm talking about like,
you know, I'm gonna be real honest.
millions.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm not gonna bring up different type of factors of why I think about this, but I'm gonna say Angel Reese is one of those ones now for that attitude, because it's gonna be more. I feel like there's more girls like her. You know what I mean? Coming from Baltimore, you know what I mean? Like, that's a tough place to come out of, and like, you don't hear the stories of WNBA players or all of that kind of stuff. So that story, it would be more attractive to all the girls that probably stopped playing ball in 11th grade because their school is this or whatever the case. Get an Angel Reese out there and let her start doing her WNBA cares. Like, you know what I mean? Like, doing all that and talking
shit
about
for the city.
Oh man,
for the community.
And you know she already was in a rap video, so she's gonna be you're gonna see her, and she's gonna be like almost like how AI was. You know what I mean? Like,
for
really,
girls,
for the girl, like really.
Especially in this day and age, because she already on TikTok.
Yeah.
She got a super huge Instagram following. She doing, modeling stuff with certain clothing brands and everything.
Yeah.
So she already definitely
culture.
And
she got attitude.
She
on
look
the
a
court.
certain kind of way too, and she hoop.
She hoop. Like,
she's solid. Like, I don't want nobody to be like, Angel Reese ain't that good. Like, I ain't trying to hear that.
She's super. She
good.
She's super
for
solid.
sure.
I mess with Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark is good too, but I just feel like, you know what I mean, I have a disposition with like whistles and a real big disposition of like media. So it's kind of like, she's fire, she's great, but then I'm just like, some of the stuff that people get away with, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, they allowing it, and it's blatant. If you're going to do something like that, you can't make it super blatant. And I just think it's real blatant with her. Like, I remember watching, and this is not her fault either. Like, you know what I mean? This is just like the machine or whatever, and how it go. But like, when she gets drafted and she runs into the State Farm guy before any of her family, like, that's like, that's marketing on a whole nother level, which is cool. But it's like, right now, like, so if God forbid that she gets hurt, or God forbid she don't play like how she's capable of playing, and then it'd be like a weird turn to her story. So it's like, but in order for her to live up to that, she's gonna have to be treated like the darling, and I really feel like she's gonna be treated like a darling, and I feel like somebody like an Angel Reese will not be treated like a darling, but I feel like she'll be. I'm gonna skip. This is an insert hot take. This is like a small. This is a sample. This is microwave.
Yeah.
This is a microwave joint.
Quick joint.
Chicago Sky versus
Indiana Fever.
Nah, Aces in the finals.
Aces. Well, the Aces they've been streaking. So,
and then if you look at the landscape of the East out in the WNBA, like, it's not as thick as the West, right? So Angel Reese, and I forget my girl's name that got drafted, that they had matchups.
The big girl from South Carolina.
Yeah, number 10, I think. Yeah. Them two down low, plus whoever their big man, so to speak, is already
big man.
They're gonna be able to guard those Asia Wilsons and stuff like that. So I think personally it's gonna be Chicago Sky, and then that's
a good take.
Yeah, fresh out the microwave, but not
and
like
that goes
hot pocket.
That goes into like what I was saying about players being young, and I don't know what the age average is in the WNBA, but two young big girls to go against. Not to say the girls from the Aces are older, but they're a little more senior. You know what I'm saying?
She's one, like, it's like, at that point, it's like she got two different ages on her now. Like, it's like the regular age of your number, and then your age in basketball. So I think she won a championship with South Carolina, this Asia Wilson, and then she won championship with Aces, Defensive Player of the Year maybe. But she got all of these accolades. She's won. So that kind of contributes to age in a sense. Whereas these people coming up, they don't got none of that. And they going to play a little harder. Experience. Yeah, she been on book tours, and, I don't know, man. I hope she in the gym, though. Like,
I feel like she got that hunger in her, that dog in her,
Yeah, nah. Asia is my favorite WNBA player right now.
Okay.
For sure.
That's
Angel Reese might be right
Right behind.
Yeah,
Coming in
I
hot.
can't wait. Yeah. Yeah.
So what about the men's game? How we feeling about that?
The state of the game with the NBA.
With the NBA.
Like I said, I have a whistle disposition. I don't even know how to whistle. That's a good one, but that ain't strong. Yeah, you know I got a whistling disorder. Like my lips don't even do that. Like, you know what I mean? I can't even do that.
I feel
so I don't know, man. I'm not liking how the game is being reffed versus certain players, especially vets. I don't like when vets have to hit the ground to get a call. I really feel like that's not even moral. Like you don't protect a player because he's young and he can take the hit and give him all the fouls when he's younger, and then when the guy has a knee injury or he's 34 or 5 years old and he hit the ground and you let it play on. But if a young dude hit the ground, it's a early whistle. And sometimes I be seeing these dudes hit the ground and then a whistle come late, and it's like I don't like that a small agenda, and not insinuating things, but like, you know, if you watch the game, it clearly have this certain distaste. If you've been watching the game from even other players who have retired, you know what I mean? They start swallowing a whistle when they get older, but it doesn't make any sense to me. You wonder why people get hurt a lot, because you ain't protecting them also, you know what I mean, from getting hurt. You protect the Shea. So Shea
Gilly getting hella free throws.
Alexander gonna go to the line 22 times.
He getting hella free throws. Yeah. No disrespect to him in his game.
Yeah.
But bro shoot a lot of free throws.
Yeah, a lot of free throws. Play slow. A lot of free throws, and everything just kind of moves.
That's another slow one.
Yeah.
We was talking about how slow Luka plays.
Yep.
And Luka get a lot of free throws.
A lot of free throws, yeah.
Embiid get a lot of free throws. His game's slower, but he a big man, so it's understandably slow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
and Jokic.
Yeah. Jokic get a lot of free throws.
A lot of free throws, especially if he ain't shooting good. You would start seeing him go to the line, but you literally just like you're jumping over everybody else, but you go to the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're outputting the most
you're the most aggressive person, and it just kind of doesn't make no sense. And I watch our boy LeBron, you know, go to the lane like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Nothing.
Slapped on the arm.
And it's like
hit over the head. And it's like,
what's the message?
Since he's bigger, he should be able to. You don't have that energy with Jokic.
Yeah. No.
I done seen Jokic get 3 or 4 and-ones that was like, he barely got touched. You know what I'm saying?
Barely got off the ground, barely got touched. I never seen Jokic hit the ground.
No,
you know, it's not like I need people out there gonna have to make a Jokic hitting the ground highlight. You know what I mean? Like I need to see that.
I need a Jokic falling highlight.
Yeah, for sure,
from somebody,
and it better be good ones too.
Like
it better
not be no foul. I don't want to see him tripping and falling,
or falling off his horse.
Yeah, I want to see him falling like from contact, physicality.
Yeah.
Show me Draymond putting Jokic on his ass. I need to see that.
Actually, Draymond, show me you putting Jokic on his ass. Like, we still haven't seen that one yet.
You get out there and do it, man.
Yeah, shit. Picking on all these young boys.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I'm with you with the whistle. I got a problem with the caliber of the foul calls that we see too. Like
the types.
The type of foul calls, like, you know, a reach, like a soft tap here, a little bump there, and especially when it's to put somebody in the bonus, or certain calls that's called in the bonus. It's like,
or momentum shifting
calls. Like, for example, the call that gave Jamal Murray the and one, I think, to tie the game, or at least to get them closer when he hit the game winner. And it's like he came off the bend. He went around LeBron, and LeBron just kind of gave him a little bump and cut him off. Didn't have nothing to do with the shot. He didn't lose the ball. He didn't lose control. He just kept going. Yeah. But they called it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when LeBron goes to the hole, like we was just saying, getting bumped and getting hit, and he make the layup, and he jumping up and down, cussing at her up, and it's like, cause you call that soft shit down there, but I'm getting hit for real, and I can't get nothing.
Yeah.
So my thing with the whistle is the caliber of fouls. If we're gonna call fouls at that rate, call the fouls. Let's not give somebody the reach through and somebody I thought he was gonna contest from the side, so I throw up a bullshit shot.
D-Lo smack to the face.
The D-Lo smack to the face was even crazy. The replay official, marginal contact. Damn.
But that's a flagrant. If you call the whistle earlier, if I hit him over his head, that's a flagrant.
He said because the ball was out of his hands when he got hit in the head, it was marginal contact. Therefore, it didn't have a impact on the shot.
Yeah. So,
but they just reviewed the James Harden joint we seen.
Yeah.
After he shot the ball, he got hit in the head, and they reviewed it to see if it was flagrant.
So really, what we're saying is over the years, and people can correct me or whatever, you can correct me, but like over the years, what we're seeing is the whistle having prominent spots in different decades. So it's like since Steph Curry in a 3-point madness came out, the whistles move out. Yeah.
3-point shoot. You gotta let them land. You can't be in this landing space. And
right. And less whistles on the inside. Now then, if that's the case, then you go back to the 90s where all the whistles going to have to be on the inside. Niggas weren't even shooting like that back then. So the whistle's going to be on the inside, whether they let some go or not, but it's going to be on the inside. So then now what you're telling me is because the whistles is on the 3-point line, now y'all making exceptions for certain people in the paint instead of either everybody or just calling everything straight up. But now Jokic get all his exceptions in the paint and Joel Embiid. But somebody like LeBron who plays both, he's better off taking a jump shot or going through the middle and doing a fade and getting a foul call. Yeah. You know what I mean? Instead of going to the lane and you get a smack on the arm, the off arm and the on arm, and a pull on the shoulder and a jersey tuck or a smack on the head
or on the wrist. Yeah, coming off the release. If he make it to that point, you still gotta get
like Steph don't even hit the line like that, but he knows where all the whistles are. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also, if you're gonna take 23s, you're going to get a couple of shooting fouls, too. All his fouls going to be shooting fouls. And it's like, I just don't think, I think it's becoming really blatant if you pay attention to basketball long enough. You know what I mean? So, not really a fan of that as far as state of the game.
So, do you think, what changes do they make to, I guess, even it out? To make it better to where the whistle necessarily doesn't impact the outcome of the game as much?
I think you just gotta take care of your players, the people that bring your business billions of dollars. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that don't mean favor them. That means just take care of them. Like if LeBron's jersey is number 2 selling, and if everybody watches his game, he's the most viewed basketball player.
Even from a standpoint of smaller teams. When the Lakers come to town,
or
when the Suns come to town, or when
even social media hits, social media hits for your social media, NBA social media, LeBron's up there in highlights and stuff. So people watch LeBron. Why would you not protect that? So now you're not even protecting the interests of the fans.
That's true.
So what are you doing in that fashion? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I just would like to change. If you got billions of dollars coming from these players, then you gotta protect them, man. Like, people shouldn't have to work that hard for somebody who is up and coming. Like Tyrese Maxey, if you go to the free throw line 22 times, but he just went against James Harden and he ain't get none of those calls, it don't make sense to me.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Like
that's unreasonable.
It's unreasonable. It's like, nah, and Maxey gonna beat you more times than he probably gonna get fouled.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the times these older players, they don't beat you. So they get fouled more than an athletic dude. I don't know, you just gotta take care. You gotta take care of your money makers and your people that bring the viewership.
Definitely. So I have another thing that I'm displeased about in the NBA, and that's the defense.
The defense.
So I feel like over the years, with the whistle changing and stuff like that, that the defense lost in that battle somewhere to where they don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? it's rare that you get an overturned call in favor of the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had the verticality thing, but now it's like, well, his knee hit him. He contacted on the lower body and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the amount of points and scoring that we seeing is all through manipulation of defensive rules.
Right.
Like defensive 3 seconds, for example. You're going to have to leave the paint one way or another.
Yeah.
And if you leave the paint on this side, the backdoor cut going to be open. If you leave the paint on the other side, that gives me an opportunity to drive one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like really nothing. They took out hand checking. Not saying hand checking should be legal to the point of the way it was back then.
Yeah.
But it should be some form of, like, if I touch you, it's not a foul.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that also plays a fact into the whistle thing, too.
Yeah.
So I really wish they would kind of look at
And
the defensive aspect of the game, the physicality aspect of the game, and kind of be like, okay,
Yeah.
these is grown ass men. Like, we
People-
ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying?
People talk about media people not playing basketball, having to say so in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But really the referees are some of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You see the referees out there. Some people, they never played basketball. Or
That's
if they
true.
played basketball, they only
They
played
wasn't
high
really
school.
that great.
Or they wasn't that great. And then you got them calling the spirit of the game. Just same way media.
Why we don't have no vet refs? Like, why? I'm just throwing, this the only person name that
Oh,
came
you
to my
mean
head.
like Smush Parker?
Yeah, like King, anybody,
Maybe-
Richard, whoever.
Maybe too much interest now.
I mean, yeah, with the betting and shit, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. They so far gone, they can never do that. They almost would never do that.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
that's another state of the game.
What's that?
The way,
Oh, yeah.
the betting, man.
Oh, it's
Man,
that's
look,
the game.
somebody making some money somewhere, and it ain't just Michael Porter Jr., brother.
Yeah.
Somebody making some money somewhere, dog.
That was the fall guy.
Like they opening up this joint.
You heard me?
Nah, yeah, somebody got to take it.
He had to be the
somewhere.
fall guy because how many points he averaged?
Man.
He was bench player.
Yeah, and he played for the Rap. It's not to say that, none
He
against
ain't
the
even in the
Raps,
States.
but it's like the rules different in Canada. That might be legal up there.
I mean, Josh Giddey already showed us the rules, how to bend and break the rules.
Hey,
so
man, hey, shout out, shout out his lawyer, man.
somebody
Somebody got to have.
OKC yeah.
That's that number 1 seed, man.
Yeah, that they gotta protect the seed. See, that's some protection. You know what I mean? We just need that on the court, for some players. You know what I mean? But them referees, though, bro, if you call in the spirit of the game, like how commentators call it, or not commentators, but media people, and people always got a problem with Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith because of how they play the game. You should be mad at your referees too.
Right.
These square dudes, they never played the game.
And be optimistic too, because sometimes you can see something going, like you can see it and tell that what's happening. Certain things is going in favor. Somebody's getting a little more heavier whistle this game than that game.
Yeah.
But like they deserve a lot of the blame just as much as the pressure that the media put on players. You know what I mean?
They try to make them default and like they don't matter. You know what I mean? Like real defaultish. Like we almost don't see them out there. But in all actuality, man, maybe the referees need to have the introduction. So when they like, and number 2, Kawhi Leonard, and then after they finish with the Clippers, they do the referees like
They
that.
do that.
Yeah.
They do that in UFC.
Yeah, let us know
They be
who
like,
calling this match.
This bout to be,
Yep, and
by
we know
Herb
them.
Jones, you know what I'm saying?
What's the dude from boxing? The classic dude. I forgot
the
my
one
man's
who
name.
be
But the one in the 90s, Earl, I forgot his name, but he used to always call all of the fights. He told like, I need one hand up. I forgot what his name was.
I don't know his name. I know
But like we knew who he was, Earl Hebner in WWE.
Yeah,
we know who he is. I met one of them referees too at Charlotte. It was very random. I kept telling Haley, I was like,
that's buddy.
no, I said, I know this dude from somewhere. Well, we in the middle of Charlotte, like in a record store, and he got like this look, like he got like the old Ric Flair haircut from WCW. But I'm like almost stalking him in the.
Like, that gotta be. Bro.
I was like, I know it's like a movie. Is it a movie? And so I went up to him and I was like, I know you, and he was like, oh no. I said, I know you. And then he said, Yeah, referee Charles Robinson. And I was like, referee Charles Robinson.
That's what it is.
It's like anytime a referee got knocked down, he was the one running to the ring, the fast one. yeah, with the mini slide in. Nah, but yeah, man, we need to know who making these calls, bro. We need to know who to hold accountable.
It's definitely an issue.
Yeah.
I would like to see more physicality. I would like to see relaxation on the whistle. And we'll
protect your
investment.
Yes, exactly.
Protect your neck.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're hanging out here.
Yeah.
And with the state of the game comes this past season. We played traditional 82 games, and you got your season reward, however you want to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking? How we looking? How you feel about MVP? Let's just keep it at MVP for now.
I feel like my heart tells me that the real MVP is not Kevin Durant's mother this year.
Not this year.
Not this year. She got it every year.
She got it
until this year. But the real MVP, in my personal opinion, is Anthony Edwards. Mm. But if you go by statistics, I would just give it to Shea. Okay. That's the MVP. But really, on the eye test, and we can go from highlights to winning records to even right now in you can't really do it in the playoff, but
impacting the team.
You know what I mean? All-Star game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just and being very entertaining, everything across the board.
Personality.
It's Anthony Edwards. More personality than Jason Tatum. More highlights than Jason Tatum. More big games. That block, he shows something. See, this is, hold on.
When he hit his head on the rim.
When he hit his head on the rim. This is another thing when you was talking about with this whistle and with the defense. You take away the ability for your stars to be defensive players too. Yeah. Because that was a crazy defensive play. He's playing great defense. You got LeBron. If LeBron would have won a Defensive Player of the Year when he was supposed to win it over Gasol, over him, that changes the trajectory of the type of superstar you want playing defense. If Paul George wins the Defensive Player of the Year because he was always considered, or if Dwayne Wade won one because he had the most blocks and steals from a guard, it changes the complexity. Michael Jordan got a chance to win Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I mean?
Your star guard had to be.
Your star guard was both. Yeah. But the way you govern the game, your star guard not even going to want to guard another star because you're going to give him all the calls. Mm-hmm. So now you got people just playing off on role players. So all your stars are playing against role players. You know what I mean? Yeah, and all the role players are getting the foul calls. But I said all of that to say, on the eye test, Anthony Edwards is one of them dudes. Block.
Tough.
Off the backboard.
Super tough.
The dunk on and dislocated his finger and came back the next game and still playing. Come on, man.
He tough, man.
Yeah, man. That's my.
He gonna definitely be in that MVP conversation for the next. If not next year, I say the next 3 to 4 years after that, he's in the conversation. Like he has to be.
I give right now his trajectory is looking like Dwayne Wade's right now, and I know I might be a slightly biased, but as I'm looking at the early success of Anthony Edwards, the highlights, the team that he has around him. It's looking a lot like how Dwayne Wade, like if Anthony Edwards gets past the Phoenix Suns and not sure, I wish I had the bracket in front of me, but not sure you play after, but just say this man makes it to the Western Conference Finals. You're looking like Dwayne Wade, you're looking like Kevin Garnett at a certain time period where it's like, man, this young kid got it. Now, Jason Tatum had the same thing going on with the East, but you ain't never seen one in the West so far. All of the people, the usual suspects, have made it to the finals. But if you get somebody like that up in there, I think he can win. In the championship, you get a player like that.
He got a different type of drive, a different type of mentality with that shit. Like he want to be the best on offense and on defense.
And he believes he
want to be the leader of the team. He like in his mind, he the leader. This is my team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he's definitely.
And you got a Mike Conley on there, the great veteran point guard.
And when you say like MVP conversation, right? So Shea did what he did, doing what he doing, the numbers and all that, right? And he led them to the 1 seed, but Minnesota's the 2 seed.
That's what, yeah.
You know, or 3 seed. Yeah. So it's like.
Yeah, and it was coming down to the wire though.
Yeah, like
that's
was
just
one
where they got
game
stuck.
off.
Yeah, that's just where they got stuck at.
One game away.
Yeah.
So
and with highlights, like I said though, I don't watch Shea highlights. Like I know he just had one.
He just scored a lot of points.
Yeah, he just scored a lot.
And I don't want that to sound crazy. The dude is tough, bro. Shea is nice, but it's like when you say highlights, like AE coming down, shooting fadeaways. Throwing it off the backboard, dunking, contact dunking on people. You know,
dropping 35.
Shea just dropping 35.
Yeah.
But he might have 35, 10 games in a row, and then scope the game he didn't get 35. The nigga had 28.
But we guess
you know what I'm saying?
That's what we saw that with.
Who that?
They like to always throw Jordan stats up there. The difference between Jordan is certain times he did that, he won the championship that year.
Yeah.
We saw that with James Harden.
Yeah, that's true.
Same
or
thing.
Even niggas like Luka, not maybe these last couple seasons.
But yeah, at once upon a time, we done seen it from these dudes that don't do nothing in the playoffs. And we always throw the MVP. The last time they got it right was Jokic, where they're giving an MVP to somebody
who won the ring.
And
Giannis too.
And Giannis, you know what I mean? But those are like clear cut. That's heart. That's determination. That's like people like playing their heart out.
So how would you feel if Jokic won MVP this year?
At this point, I wouldn't care. I say everybody have a fresh start next year. Because at this point, 3 MVPs mixed up what he's already done. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I look back 30 years from now, it will make sense. And when I look back at his numbers going to be looking like he played in the 70s. Like, you know what I mean? But he was here right now.
Like doing
that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And killing everybody. So I'm like, it's not Steve Nash 2. Like, you know what I mean? It's a Jokic 3, which is a different. I feel like that just elevated the big man. The big man got a problem for the next 15 years.
And like you said, when we was doing our little 2K seasons back during the COVID times.
Yeah.
You was like, the more you won the championship with AD and the Lakers, the more teams started
drafting big men. Yeah,
so that should have changed. Nah, because that shit happened.
It happens even
so
in real life.
The last couple of teams that won all had. We back. Episode 1 still.
You like that?
You gonna fuck up my concepts, nigga. But yeah.
So what were we? We was talking about the big man.
Big man. Fizzling out. Not fizzling out, because obviously they're coming back in.
Fizzling back in.
Coming back in. That's what it is.
Yeah. And you can think.
The more that the Nuggets win, the more teams is going to need a nigga like Jokic or somebody who can stop Jokic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's why, like, somebody like Wemby is really interesting. I'm not a fan.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
He'll win Rookie of the Year. So that's that for that award.
Yeah, and that's cool. Even though, man, I wish it was Chet. Honestly, because I ain't never seen no rookie lose like that. The last rookie I seen have a losing season and won was LeBron James and didn't go to the playoffs and shit like that. But he had a worse record than LeBron did in his first year. Yeah. And I get it, but like Chet's in the number. It should have been if Shea gonna win the MVP, Chet should have probably won the Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right behind him, because he's playing that same defense, scoring, rebounding, and winning. So like,
I get it.
Yeah,
I understand that perspective too. That was my argument with Al Horford and Kevin Durant. So it's like you can say the biasness because of the Hawks thing, but he was averaging a double-double, and they went to the playoffs his rookie year.
Talk about
the Hawks with Al Horford. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then KD was averaging 21, 7 and 6 type joint, or 3, whatever.
Probably 3 at that time,
but
3 or 4.
They really wasn't competing like that.
Yeah.
But, same thing with Chet. And see, Chet probably could have those same type of numbers if he was on the Spurs. But he's on a team that's like, they trying to win. This is the 1 seed in the West. So
if Pop had somebody like Chet,
his role will be diminished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because a nigga like Shea, nigga like Jay Williams gonna have to. They gonna do what they gonna do too, and he got to fit in with that because they thinking we trying to win now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I feel bad for Pop. I'm happy for Pop to get the first year for this kid, at least right now. But I feel bad for him a little bit because he can't coach that style right now. You know what I mean? I don't think he know what to do with that. But I will say, if I was Wemby and I had his skills, I would play more of a big man position. And then every now and then I'll fucking cook somebody to death. You know what I mean? Not like look like I'm gonna do it every single time.
But
like,
did you see the games that they played against each other?
Chatting them?
Yeah, Chet and
Wemby. Dog.
So it's like they will be going at it, but it's like they both going. I think Wemby's a little more perimeter. Like he's more built for the period. Not saying Chet can't do it, but Wemby a little more comfortable out there on the perimeter than Chet is. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's why I like how Chet play it though. Like Chet plays it in a sense of I'm gonna play the traditional pick and roll big man, but I might bust.
But I could come out here and do this shit
from
real.
deep,
like a game where Shea don't play or something.
Yeah.
Like in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like
he gonna grab that joint.
You building him up to where it's like he gonna be the one.
Bruh. He gonna look like KD out there.
Yeah, no, I can see
and
that. That's his favorite player.
Exactly. So that's somebody that KD got to lock in with for the rest of his career. Mm-hmm.
Well, he already started because
for the rest of his career.
No,
I mean,
I'm saying, but it starts with so KD just released his 17th shoe, I think. But
and Chet in
for
the
the commercials and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
and
you
they
really
smoking weed together.
Of course,
they bros now.
You know,
and Chet wearing number 7, right?
Or something like that. I don't know if he was 7 or not. I think he do.
I think so.
Hey, that's it right there. I like Chet too though. But Wemby just, I don't know. I guess the way we looking at it, you know, if Shea gonna get the MVP because of his numbers, then
you gotta.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we back in this bitch.
We back. Commercial break type beat.
Yeah. Facts.
So
all right, where we at? What we got?
We look the Lakers. Let's just go on there. Rip the Band-Aid off.
The Lakers, year 21.
LeBron James. How we feeling? What you thinking? I got one for you just to start it off. What are he doing after this season?
One of my hot pockets is if y'all want to pay attention, it's not a hot take. It's microwavable.
Quick little heat up.
LeBron's playing until year 23.
That's a good take. That's not a bad take.
It's not a bad. Makes sense. 2 more years, boost some stats, try a ring somewhere, play with a son. All of that's on the table, and I think it ends in 2023. So with that said, next year, I think we talked about this before. I think he's only staying in LA. Like Bronny is declaring in the draft, and if he goes in the league, he's not staying in LA. But if Bronny has to go back to college, I think he stays with the Lakers.
That makes sense.
2-year deal.
And as far as him this season, what did you think this season?
This season was good. I think he played really good. The amount of games that he played, him and AD. I wish they had Vando and Cam. Cam started off so crazy, dog. And I just kind of wish they had them, Gabe Vincent, just to understand what they were and not always have to figure out how to win without certain pieces. Yeah. Key pieces, too.
At this point in both of their career, they need them pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a necessity at this point.
For sure.
So, all in all, I feel like it was a good season. From a lot of the stuff that we talked about earlier, I think a lot of games will be different if, you know what I mean, from what we were speaking about. Y'all got to go back and watch that part if they have it. But, yeah, all in all, it was great. I got a chance to watch them play this year. Hornets.
I still ain't got a chance to see them, dog. I got 2 years from what is... I feel like 2 more years too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That might be
like
the live vlog, the first live vlog that we do.
Real talk. The last year that like if he confirmed like on some world tour type shit, we might go to 2 games. Atlanta and Charlotte, bro. We in them bitches. And live footage.
Might take a trip to LA.
Hey,
Yo, might take one of them joints. You know what I mean?
God did.
God did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, that's all in the all in the options.
What you thought about the year? What you thought about? I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about LeBron's athleticism this year?
I thought it was clear that it was, going down, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear that he's picking his spots now. It's clear that he's beating people now with more than just physical. You know what I'm saying? He got to think about it now. He's outsmarting people. He's posting up smaller defenders. He's, blowing past the bigger defenders. He ain't just trying to brute strength and out jump everybody, because it's clearly people who can.
By the way, for the American people, they need to know that you're a LeBron fan.
Definitely.
Fan. I am a fan now, but you will see subjective and objective.
Oh yeah,
opinions.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of LeBron. That's my guy. But I ain't stupid neither. You know what I'm saying? Some things it just is what it is. You know. But just to speak on what you asked me, his athleticism did take a dip. Rather, it was because of the capability or just smarts to be able to be available for the amount of games that they play,
facts.
and to make a playoff run and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
he's surprising me with the under the basket play as of late, because I always thought he was. I remember when he was younger, he can do it, but like as he got bigger, it was kind of like I started being a little concerned if he can have that touch, but he know how to run full speed and like
get to the rim
and just leave it right there.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
20 fucking years of layups, basket like slashing essentially. You know what I'm saying? You gonna figure out them little tricks of the trade, and then we can't doubt no one, hater or not. You can't doubt the man work ethic, bro.
Yeah.
So if it's something that he need to get better at, he gonna get better at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it don't surprise me that he makes a lot more layups now, because he's not dunking the ball.
Yeah.
Like he's still going to the rim as if. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's still gonna dunk or something, but he just got the touch now.
Hey,
to
that
lay
joint
shit
on
up.
PG this year though.
Nah, he got his moment. Like I said, he gonna pick them spots. It's hard to stop him coming downhill. You know what I mean? Regardless.
Love it.
But
AD is the real hero though this year.
Oh no, of course.
Because playing
76
games, bro. Ooh, after not really, bro. We
all
was
y'all
watching
lost.
This dude.
All y'all lost that bet.
Oh, that's facts.
Whatever bet y'all had, y'all
That's
was
true.
under. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's true.
Guarantee it.
76, boy. He went for that defensive player of the year too. He went for that.
I don't like how they be shitting on him with the defensive player of the year. I feel like he should at least be in the damn conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even going back to them Pelicans days, like, come on, man, bro, switching out on guards.
Yeah.
Locking up big man.
Yeah.
You know, really controlling teams in the sense of we not even driving unless certain things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Jaren Jackson ain't win no defensive player of the year, did he?
He did.
So that's like what I'm thinking about. I'm like, okay, people don't go by eye test no more. You know, we watched Jaren Jackson, and he was playing hella fire defense. You know what I mean? Especially because Ja Morant's not a great defensive player. And
they
then
funnel them to him.
Yeah.
They funnel the players to him.
And then you look at AD. If you look at the eye test, that's the only dude damn near playing consistent defense.
I'm talking about switch.
Yeah,
like even the game
everything.
against the Warriors, even though Steph Curry scored a couple times on them, but it's like it ain't too many big man that's you're okay with that happening. Like if AD switch out on Steph, we live with those results. But
I
it's
live
like
with the Jamal Murray shot.
Yeah,
Even
you live
with
with
that
that.
switch
He
off.
made it, but it's
Yeah.
like people was trying to critique that switch too, bro. And I was just like, bro, that's the best defender on the team,
it's
on the
okay.
court. Period. Right
Yeah.
now, between these two teams, he's the best defensive player on the floor.
Yeah.
And you mad because he went to go guard they best player?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's you want that.
Yeah, you want
most coaches, most GMs, however you want to look at it, would want AD on him in that situation. But you telling me that's a bad switch because it was LeBron? Come on, man.
Oh yeah, that's the gift and the curse of playing with the king, though.
Yeah, nah, facts.
You know what I mean?
It's like you gotta want that moment too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that goes to you know, some people just see the game. Some people think the game. You know what I'm saying? LeBron thinking the game. He probably know, like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, he probably got a better chance of doing this shit than me. That's just from a thinking perspective.
LeBron can't guard any fadeaways anyway.
Now, he really can't go on the perimeter. At this stage right now, he pick and choose because there's been moments in the year where he has went out there on the perimeter and made some plays, and there's been moments where he went out there and got cooked. It's just, at that moment, being tired, you know, I'm sure they all was tired, but it's like, AD probably the best person in this situation to be on the ball.
Yeah.
That's an easy decision.
Yeah, I take a 14-year difference. You know, LeBron 40 years old.
Yeah.
Shit, like
these young boys, man, it's different.
Yeah, they different.
They different, man. That's a tough shot to make. AD fully straight. I mean, he had a, you know, the fadeaway created some space.
Great space. I feel like it. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't as a difficult shot as I felt like
watching it.
You know what I mean? It was like when you see it, it's kind of like, yeah, man, that's a great separation. It's not like AD was all up on him. It wasn't like the Kawhi shot. It wasn't like none of that where the hand is like right there.
Yeah, they tried to compare it to the Kawhi shot.
Yeah, nah, that Kawhi shot was so different.
He had, that shit bounced on the front of the rim. Like, usually when the ball hit the part of the rim, it goes out. That shit went up and then went backwards. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man.
That shit was just destined for the Raptors to win that shit that year.
For sure. One of the I know his most prized rings, I will have to say.
So since we on the subject of the Lakers, they did just win, you know, a game finally against Denver.
Game 4, right?
Game 4. Mm-hmm. So I felt like they kind of forced a guy like Austin Reeves and a guy like D'Lo to be like shot takers. Because I felt like in the first 3 games, don't get me wrong, they was shooting the ball, but I don't think they was shooting how they normally shoot when we see them go off. And that plays to coaching and the way that the rotations was going, the way they was flip-flopping LeBron and AD to where one of them was on the court at the same time. But it's like Austin Reeves wasn't on the court with LeBron a lot, so he can be the one to run the pick and roll. I feel like that's what got him going. Yeah, was he had to kind of initiate the offense because Braun wasn't on the court. Yeah. So you don't necessarily just got to give it to AD or give it to Braun and go stand in the corner. It's like, no, you have to help AD now. Yeah. Same thing with D'Lo. D'Lo and Braun was on the court more together when AD was off the floor. You see what I'm saying?
So really with those two, you know, Austin got to take shots. D'Lo got to make shots. You know, because he's going to take the shot. Get the shots. You know what I mean? And you just need Austin Reeves a little bit more aggressive. And once you get an aggressive Austin Reeves and D'Lo hitting something, then LeBron can scoot to the fourth quarter and AD just be the consistent and the constant throughout. And if you can get 8 points from Rui, then you pretty much gotta
The reason Rui struggles now is because of the matchup.
Defensive, he's spending a lot of energy. He get lost on offense.
Get lost on offense. Get lost on defense sometimes. Yeah. But when he play against a team, let's say if they go to the next round against Minnesota or whoever,
he gonna come.
That's the type of person you want because he was cooking every series up until Denver last year.
I need 3 threes from Gabe Vincent.
He hit one last game.
But I need 3 of them. If
they got him damn near face guarding Jamal Murray.
I know.
Not to say that it's hard because he's really just camping corner wing.
We need to look up some stats on that because I want to know how good Gabe Vincent actually is doing on Jamal Murray because I think he's doing a decent job.
No, he's disrupting them for sure. Yeah. One of my biggest takeaways that I like, it's just so, like, the not just the Nuggets, the players in the NBA are such good shot makers. They making the Nuggets use a lot of clock on those
that's possessions. True. But that's why, and you know, and that's the good part. And then the one that hurts them is if they actually make it when the shot clock drops like that. Yeah. So it's like it's a gamble on the offensive end, and it's a gamble like if you play hard D throughout the 23 seconds and then you let that 1 second, you know what I mean, fuck you up, and it can really disrupt the momentum after that, you know what I mean? And this game, this series is all momentum. It's like Lakers playing good first half, lose all momentum second half, Denver wins. And then you see when Lakers are controlling the momentum, Denver has no chance. But when you got Denver making those decisions on the momentum, running out the clock, and then hitting some bullshit fadeaway three, or KCP just so happened to get open.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the last second.
That's all mental shit too for the defense. Like me and Chance was talking about that shit, and I was telling him, I was like, even with the conversation we had with Tron, it's like, bro, you giving. Don't get me wrong, they all pros, they good, but you giving some of them other guys too much credit. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of their offense is determined off of what happens with Jokic and Murray. Mm-hmm. So them double teaming fucking Murray on the top of at the high, blitzing them high for pick and roll, that's what they want you to do, because the middle of the floor is now open, and then it's gonna draw them in once that pass is made. Now the perimeter is wide open. Yep. So Michael Porter Jr. just catching and shooting threes. And Aaron Gordon cutting back door and getting them little lobs and them bounce passes on the baseline. That's all coming from helping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no perfect way to defend a guy like that, but I would take my chances in him scoring 50, 60, 70 points than me it's almost, giving up them easy buckets.
Yeah, it's almost like they're helping out of ego. Like, you can't help a person that can drop a triple-double all the time on offense.
You got to take away one of them triples.
Sense.
If he gonna get a triple-double, he can get rebounds or he can get points. He not getting no assists. Like, he just gonna have to do that. He wants to pass the ball. Shit, face guard, don't face guard him like in the sense of a threat of him shooting, but Aaron Gordon goes from short corner, box. And like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? He rarely shoots wing shots. He's not at the top of the key a lot.
And he's in that dunker position.
He's in that dunker position
that LeBron
all the time.
said he hates the most. Mm-hmm. Which is,
ironically, that he was killing your ass in game 3 because you kept losing them in the dunker spot. But game 4, LeBron goes to the dunker spot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And then he operates.
LeBron plays a little more physical too. With Aaron Gordon,
which is something that always kind of was on my mind about LeBron, is like the picking and choosing the games to play physical, not moments, but like the games. And it's like sometimes he might be more finesse on his drives or waiting for a certain opening.
Sometimes he might come out and dunk it.
Sometimes he might dunk it. Sometimes he might throw the body and get really under there. And it's like, and I know, I just think come fourth quarter, sometimes you just got to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no BS.
Well, that's what happened in the third quarter when he came out. That's when
that's when he was on that dunk.
Shit,
so it's like, so he protected the third quarter by doing that. So maybe the third quarter is LeBron's fourth quarter. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Especially if guys is gonna be hitting shots. It's one thing to be down going into the third quarter and then try to pick it up. You still gotta have
it's the Warriors effect. You know, Warriors used to be like that in the third quarter, if you remember. Like,
that's what the Nuggets is. Dude. They're not playing good in the first half. Third quarter comes like they just flip a switch. Which, to me, watching it, I don't think it's a switch being flipped. They just capitalizing off of the lack of whatever the defense is doing.
Because you're watching them.
You know what I mean? All them points Aaron Gordon scored when he had 29 points or whatever. Came from Brian ball watching. All right, y'all. The Lob. Sports entertainment, man. Stay tuned. More to come, more to go, more to grow. You feel me?
Yeah, I like that. You just came up with that.
Off the dome.
Nice. This is fantastic. I'm glad we getting a chance to do this.
You know what I'm saying? We started back in COVID. Now we finna bring it back out full circle. You know? The Lob.
It's all about moi and the moonlight too. Me and her too, that's two live crew. That's true life manifesting when I'm in the booth. He was on the court, I was in the booth. He was in the jungle, I was in the jungle too.